As diplomatic tensions continues to soar between USA and China over the sighting of an air balloon over Montana in USA, yet another incidence of balloon sighting has been reported from Latin America. This has been confirmed by Pentagon's spokesperson, and he has said that this balloon has been sighted over Latin America, but exact location or the country over which this balloon has been hanging has yet not been reported, but it could be very well be drifting towards USA if it continues on its path. But now, talking about the earlier balloon that has been sighted over America and that has created fresh brawl of diplomacy between the two nations, US and China, is getting little difficult because now Secretary Blinken has postponed his China visit. This visit was scheduled back in 2022 November, and that was going to be some sort of soothing of relationship between USA and China, which have been going on in a very sour territory for almost like 5 years now, which started way back during Trump's era when the tariff war between the two nations started, where USA started increasing tariff on imported goods from China. China started, putting tariff barriers on imported goods from USA, and this escalated at a level where the term tariff war was used between these two countries. But now, since the last few years, the world has seen other sort of economic and pandemic issues. The two major economic powerhouse in the world, US and China, they have sort of understood this fact that having a dispute for very long time is not going to be beneficial for either side of them, and it continues engagement on the issues of diplomacy, on the issues of strategic security ties, or defense issues, or the concerns and challenges that they do face, is only the way forward, and the negotiation should continue. And this was the sentiment that was expressed in Blinken's latest remark also, where he said the direct line of communication with China will continue to open, and he will have a visit to China at a time when the conditions will be conducive to have such visit, because this visit has been postponed just in the wake of this air surveillance, this balloon. Talking about this balloon, this has been spotted somewhere at an altitude of 80,000 feet and above. To give you a perspective, mostly the commercial air flights that we travel fly over an altitude of about 40,000 feet or so, and this 80,000 feet or so, beyond that, is used normally for weather balloons who take data for weather patterns across the continent. China has been claiming that the latest incidence of sighting a balloon has been because of the westerlies, the wind that flow over the Pacific, and this balloon, which was not capable of maneuvering to itself, got drifted away because of the wind pattern, which was high in speed. And Chinese ministry has sort of regretted. They have said that we regret this unintended entering of this Chinese balloon into their airspace. So USA's airspace. So clearly, China has accepted the fact that this balloon is made of China. The question is now, China has been claiming that this is a civilian aircraft. This has got nothing to do with any sensitive data gathering or military establishment connection. But USA is very suspicious of the fact, because this balloon has been flying over Montana, which is actually hosting a lot of underground USA military establishment, including intercontinental ballistic missiles arsenals, and battery of them are stored there. So whether Chinese aircraft or that this balloon was trying to gather more data out of this area, or it was just a psyop, a military psyop that China wanted to tell USA that, okay, no matter how many satellites or things that we have for each other, spying over each other's military establishment, I can still go and look for your space and your establishment or your key military sensitive zones. It will remain to be seen how much of this whole controversy around this balloon that has been sighted over USA will continue to flare up in terms of diplomatic engagement that USA and China were having. Because if it would have been the visit of USA Secretary of State Blinken, it would have actually been a moment of thought between the two countries, who have been trying to find a common ground to have more conversations regarding major global challenges, especially in the wake of Taiwan crisis, in the wake of Russia-Ukraine war, in the aftermath of global pandemic that has disrupted global supply chain. Remember, China used to be one of the factory where most of the goods are made and exported to China, and USA remains a major market for Chinese companies and manufacturing hubs. And if the engagement between these two countries gets some sort of turbulence, it's not going to help business person or the industry of either USA or China. And talking about the strategic differences, USA has been trying to talk or some sort of have a common understanding with China on having so much of military deployment in Indo-Pacific, around Taiwan, the whole strait crisis that we saw in the aftermath of Nancy Pelosi's visit, this USA, Russia, Ukraine conflict that has been going on for almost 11 and 12 months now. It is also a major concern how China sees it and how much China is going to support Russia on it, because we know that USA and NATO have been going full frontal against Russia with supplying all the ammunitions and equipments and financial aids to Ukraine. So in this whole geopolitical and geo-economic volatility, it made a lot of sense for US Secretary of State Blinken to travel to China and have a conversation and understand each other's point of view on the different global issues of concern. But now it looks like the visit has been postponed, and more on the update of this USA airspace having this Chinese balloon. We'll keep you updated on that.